What's happening, friends? My name is Ryan Turford, and today we have a really awesome unboxing. Today we are going to unbox some Magic the Gathering cards for the first time on my channel. This is Amonkhet. This is the brand new Magic the Gathering set. It's sort of Egyptian themed. It's really cool. So this is a bundle. A bundle contains 10 packs. So let's get to it. We're going to just open up the side of this box here. Now, again, this is my first time actually doing an unboxing of Magic the Gathering product on the channel. So if any of this seems a bit weird, it's a bit weird for me too. So it's all good. So there we go. We got the plastic off. So basically in the bundle itself, you get a deck box themed after sort of the art for the set. So of course, this is being the Amonkhet set. This is the Amonkhet artwork, obviously. And of course, recently, Fat Packs used to have deck boxes that used to be all the way down to the bottom, but this one, notice it's cut on an angle here. So inside the deck box, we have a whole bunch of packs, but first we got our land cards. I believe there are actually full arts in here as well. One of the cool things about Amonkhet is there are actually full art lands. So we will open that pack later and sort of see how that is. Ooh, but we have something cool here. So one of the cool mechanics in Amonkhet is Embalm, which is almost like flashback for creatures, essentially. So if your creature died, you can pay an alternate cost that allows you to bring back the creature as a white zombie creature token of said creature. And one of the cool things about this pack is that it looks like we have all the tokens that we will ever need in order to play some games. I think there's one for every single Embalm card in here. So let's take a look real quick. So yeah, we've got Angel of Sanctions, Anointer Priest, an Initiate. Yeah, it goes on. I think we have one of every token, which is pretty sweet. So again, a lot of these are like Vizier of Many Faces or Cat Token. Oh, actually, this is kind of cool because they actually have all of the other tokens like Zombie Token, Insect Token, Beast Token, Hippo Token, Snake Token, Worm Token. Ooh, and a Gideon Emblem. This is sweet, actually, with the zombie on the back. Oh, that's cool. So all these other ones, again, these sort of double as the tokens we just went through. So it looks like they're double-sided tokens that have different options for you, which is actually pretty sweet. I think that's actually really great design because that way once you buy one of these bundles, you have all the tokens you'll ever need for the set. I mean, unless you're going to play Embalm multiple Angel of Sanctions, I guess. There's two in here. So unless you're really going to embalm more than one of them, it's just like, when are you ever going to do that, right? So we'll just put this down over here. Okay. And of course, every Fat Pack wouldn't be complete without a spin down. The spin down, of course, is blue, which is pretty sweet. Of course, it matches the Kifnet Platinat that I have here, which is really awesome. Kifnet, of course, the god of blue in this set. So here we are. We got all the packs. There's also a Magic the Gathering quick reference guide. We don't need that. We're just going to throw it over there. There's also some other cool stuff in here. There's a box that doesn't have anything in it. I'm guessing this is for your dice because it's not big enough to hold any of your cards. So cool. We'll put that over there. There's also a booklet. The booklet, of course, just goes over all the cards and is really not as necessary now as it used to be, because the booklet used to have, since it has all the cards in it, before sites like Mythic Spoiler and NTG Salvation sort of existed, this is how you would find out your card lists and what exactly is in the set. But since, we already have that information before even opening this box, because the internet exists, don't really need that either. To be fair, I will actually probably sift through that because I usually end up doing that. And last thing before we get into the packs, of course, we got to pull out the poster. The poster itself is the box itself. It becomes a poster of the Amonkhet artwork, which is pretty sweet. All right, so the moment you've all been waiting for, let's crack some packs. So there's 10 packs in here, of course. So, of course, what we're going to do is we're going to do uncommons and rares. Most of the commons you probably already know by now if you're watching this video. If you don't, you can go check them out online, like I said. Okay, so we got Brute Strength. So we're going to just pull through these already. So let's get to the uncommons. It's going to be my common pile. So we have Manglehorn, which is actually a pretty sweet uncommon, actually. Watchers of the Dead, Merciless Javelier, and Shadow of the Grave. Shadow of the Grave, for 1 and a black, return all cards in your graveyard that were cycled or discarded this turn. And, pretty sweet, we got a full art forest. Our first full art, of course, other than the land pack, which is pretty cool. And an inset token. But these ones aren't as cool because they're versatile tokens, which is too bad because I kind of wish they would have actually done that in the packs here. So let's put those there, and then like that. All right, next pack. So of course, some of the chase rares in this set: Glorybringer, of course, best rare. There are some other rares, but for the most part, there's a lot of bulk rares in this set. We're also really looking for invocations. Invocations are the new like foil cards that are basically based off old cards. So Bone Picker, which is actually a pretty sweet uncommon as well. Vizier of Deferment, Angler Drake, and our rare is Plague Belcher. Plague Belcher is for 2 and a black. It's a 5/4 zombie beast with menace. When Plague Belcher enters the battlefield, put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control. Whenever another zombie creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. So I actually think that we actually saw this in play actually at the SCG Open this weekend in a zombie deck, which is pretty cool. I think it's actually a good card for a zombie deck. So we'll put that there, and of course, just a normal mountain and a zombie token. Now I wonder if the embalm tokens are actually going to be worth something, especially some of the more rare ones like Angel of Sanctions, for example. Again, you can buy a fat pack and get one, but, or sorry, a bundle. A fat pack is what these actually used to be called, but instead they are bundles now. All right, so Battlefield Scavenger, Protection of the Heckma, Seraph of the Suns, and Rags to Riches. So this is our first split card. The way you say the split card is the name at the top, and then 2, and then Riches. So Rags to Riches for 2 and a black. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. So it's a good board sweep for any, like board wipe for any of your aggressive decks that you're against. And then Riches, each opponent chooses a creature he or she controls. You gain control of. Sorry, each opponent chooses a creature he or she controls, gain control of these creatures. So it's actually pretty sweet. Of course, these Aftermath cards you can cast from your graveyard. So again, just like Flashback, these cards actually really benefit from being in your graveyard. And it looks like we have a foil behind this. Oh, shit! We have, ladies and gentlemen, we hit the gold mine here. A foil Glorybringer. I'm so excited. Glorybringer is a fantastic card. Again, it's one of the chase rares in this set. At least as far as rare is concerned, it's definitely the most expensive rare for sure. Look at that. Look at how fancy that is. So, Glorybringer, in case you don't know what it does, it is a 4/4 flying haste dragon for 3 and 2 red. It has flying and haste. When you may exert Glorybringer as it attacks. When you do, it deals 4 damage to target non-dragon creature and opponent controls. Exert basically allows you to activate an ability, but at the cost of not being able to untap during your next untap phase. But if you have Vigilance on the creature, for example, you can just use it over and over again, which is amazing. So I'm so excited. I can't believe that I pulled that. That's actually really sweet. Again, I don't think it's super expensive right now, but Glorybringer is definitely a mover in Standard. It is definitely a card I'm excited to play with. So I'm actually happy that I have a foil version because, in case you don't know me, I'm a Grixis player who likes dragons. Go figure. Or Control. I'm a big fan of Control. So, we got Ronus's Monument, Trial of Strength, Crocodile out of the Crossing, and our rare is a Canyon Slough. These are the new cycling lands. They come into play tapped. You can pay 2, obviously, to cycle it, but it's just pretty cool. You also fetch them up with something like any of the fetch lands, except Evolving Wilds, because it's not a basic land, but because it has the Swamp Mountain archetype. Of course, again, as a Grixis player, I'm glad to actually have this. I don't know how much play they're going to see outside Standard. They might see some play in Modern, but, I mean, these are more akin to the temples from the Theros set. So, either way, I'm happy to have one. And I'm sure we'll probably get one or two more before we're done unboxing these. Because if there's anything I've seen from unboxing packs, you get a lot of those lands. They actually seem to be pretty common from rare, which is actually good for lands themselves that are rare lands. So, okay. So we got... Ooh, Sparring Mummy. By the way, this card looks absolutely ridiculous because it's literally just a mummy trying to spar. It's just a funny image. So, Sacred Excavation. Stir the Sands, which is a cool card if you play zombies. On-crop champion. And our rare... Gideon of the Trials. He's a planeswalker. This is the new Gideon. I'm excited to open this as well. This bundle has been sweet so far. So... Gideon of the Trials for 1 and 2 white. He's a 3 loyalty planeswalker at start, so his +1 until end of turn prevent all damage target permanent would deal. His 0 allows him to turn into a 4/4 creature, the typical Gideon ability. Till end of turn, he's a 4/4 creature with indestructible. And last but not least, the emblem. So for 0, you can create an emblem. As long as there is a Gideon planeswalker, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. That's really sweet, especially if you pair him with Gideon, Ally of Zendikar from the Battle of Zendikar block. Again, I know a lot of people are sort of brewing with the idea of playing almost Gideon Tribal because between this Gideon, the Battle for Zendikar's Gideon, and the Planeswalker deck Gideon, there's a lot of different Gideons to choose from. So as long as you keep one around, you can't lose, which is actually a pretty sweet interaction. Oh, and we got a foil Art Mountain and a regular foil Art Mountain. Oh man, this pack is awesome. I'm telling you what. I'll put that there with our fancy cards. All right, next up, I feel like by the end of this, we might actually have enough basic full art lands to actually run a sweet 2 or 3 color deck with. So I'm actually excited about that. I don't have too many of the full art lands from, because I wasn't really collecting Battle for Zendikar at all, or Oath of the Great Watch, please. People were collecting Oath of the Great Watch other than for Standard. So let's go through all these. All right, so we have Labyrinth Guardian, Blood Rage Brawler, Honored Crop Champion, and our rare is Sweltering Suns. This is actually a pretty sweet sweeper. So Sweltering Suns deals 3 damage to each creature, and you can cycle it for 3 for 1 and 2 red. So this is basically the new Anger of the Gods. It doesn't exile creatures like Anger does, but it actually is pretty sweet rare. I saw it a lot this weekend on the SEG coverage, so I think that this is actually going to be a really good control card or sideboard card for sure. Excited to play with that. We got 4 packs left. Let's see what other crazy pulls we can pull. I didn't like how that pulled from the top. That's kind of weird. All right, so let's just get through all this. Oh, nope. Okay. So we got Magma Spray, which is actually a reprint. It's a pretty sweet reprint, of course. We have In Oketra's Name, Even Initiate, and... Oh, did we get... Oh, that's a common that ended up in our uncommon somehow. Even Initiate, Devoted Cropmate, Gale Strike. Do we have 4 uncommons in this pack? That's pretty crazy. 5 uncommons with Limits of Solidarity. Of course, that's not a very good one, but that's okay. We'll take it. And our rare is Vizier of Many Faces. So this is basically the new clone for 2 and 2 blue. He's a 0/0 shapeshifter cleric. You may have Vizier of Many Faces enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature on the battlefield. However, if it was embalmed, of course, he becomes a white zombie card in addition to his other types. So, of course, you can basically use this to basically create a copy of your opponent's best creature, which is actually pretty sweet. And then Balm is only for 5. So I can actually see this actually going places. I don't know necessarily for construction, but this is a sweet limited card for sure. And we have a foil Trespasser's Curse. Again, this is an uncommon, or sorry, just a common. So we will put this over here. And of course, full art planes and a zombie. We've been getting a lot of full arts actually. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then the foil one. So that's 4 already in 7 packs. That's actually pretty crazy because they're only supposed to really come in one of every 4 packs. So I feel like there's a lot of value in this bundle. All right, so let's just scroll through here. All right, so we got another Magma Spray. Decision Paralysis. Wayward Servant, which is actually a really sweet card if you play zombies. Angler Drake. And our... Oh, again, another pack with 5 uncommons in it. This is really weird. And our rare Harvest Season for 2 and a green. Search your library for X basic land cards, where X is the number of tapped creatures you control, and put those cards into the battlefield, tap, and shuffle your library. Not a huge fan of this card. Again, I don't really see it being played anywhere, but again, it's more one of those bulk rares. Of course, we're going to get them. So it's an okay card, I think, if you have the right setup. If you're playing a token strategy, I guess it could actually be kind of useful if you're really needing the lands, but I don't know where that's really going to fit. You really have to build around it. I mean, it's not even really that good in limited, especially if you don't have enough creatures. So, all right. So we got Kefnet's Monument, Battlefield Scavenger, Renewed Faith, and our rare is Neheb the Worthy. So he is a Minotaur Warrior for 2/2. His casting cost is 1 black red. He has first strike. All other Minotaurs you control have first strike. And as long as you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, Minotaurs you control get +2/+0. Whenever Neheb the Worthy deals combat damage to a player, each player discards a card. That's going to be a really sweet commander card, I think. That's sort of where I keep hearing buzz about where it's going to end up. So that would actually be pretty cool. So again, we got another Aven Initiate and a Swamp. All right, last pack. Last chance at glory, at getting a Glorybringer, another Planeswalker, an Invocation, an Asforetold, which is a really sweet control card. So, oh no, I'm pretty happy with this bundle so far anyways. All right, so let's just scroll through all this stuff. And all these seem... Oh god, there's a foil at the back. I'm so excited. All right, Lord of the Accursed. Hazaret's Monument. Vizier of Deferment, and our rare Soulscar Mage. He's a 1/2 prowess human wizard for 1 red. If a source you controlled would deal non-combat damage to a creature an opponent controls, put that many -1/-1 counters on that creature instead. And of course, our foil is ShiftNet Monitor. He's a uncommon. He for 5 and a green. He has cycling for 4 and a green. And when you cycle him, you can search your library for a land card or a desert card, and then shuffle your library. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, there is our last rare. All right, and there you have it. Here's all the rares that we got. All these I'm actually pretty happy with, especially getting the Trials, Glorybringer. The fact that this foil Glorybringer is all the best. Of course, Plague Belcher I think is going to be a sweet card. Sweltering Sun's a great control card. Canyon Slough, great land as well. I'm actually kind of surprised we only got 1, but again, it's one of the ones I actually really wanted, so I'm actually kind of happy with that. And of course, here's our just uncommon foils. Now, I've actually gone through the card pack. There is actually 4 full art lands for each color type in the pack here. So if you do need some full art lands, of course, this is actually a great place to get them, especially if you're going to buy the packs anyways. Especially since you can really, since there are 10 packs in here, you can really do like some pack wars or some other cool game types with your friends. So that's going to do it for my Magic the Gathering Amonkhet unboxing. What do you think at home, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know in the comments below. You can also hit me up on Twitter at Ryan Turford. That's Turford. You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/RyanTurford, and as well on the Game Moose podcast. I co-host it every single week with Drew McMillan over at www.game-moose.com. Well, thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, of course, like and subscribe to my channel for all the updates on when my new videos are coming. If you want to see more Magic the Gathering content, just let me know, because I would love to do more of it. But only if you guys are really interested in it, let me know. So that's going to do it. Have yourself an awesome day. I'm Ryan Turford, and I'm out.